Just making sure that all these other apps are closed. Okay. I can hear that fan there. Excellent. Hey, hi. All right, guys. Hi. I'm Crystal Bell, and welcome to Full Moon Channeling Events. I'm here with my trusty assistant, Tessa, and she's waving. She's waving to the back of the camera. She's waving to me. I'm waving on her behalf to you. And so, look, this is what I do every full moon. I come here and I do tarot readings, or I do channelings, readings. Okay. I do channelings and readings for you. So I invite you to ask a question. You're going to type it into the chat box on my website, on the events page. And I'm going to tune into your spirit guides, answer your questions, and hopefully give you some really good insights. So you'll type your questions into the chat, then to be reading your questions along with the username that you signed in with. And so she's going to be telling me what the question is. I'm going to channel, answer your question, and if there's any feedback that I need from you, I need you to be ready to type that into the chat box. Then Tessa's going to read that back to me, okay? All right, so I want to do a little bit of a sound check and make sure that you can hear me. So if you can hear me, please just type into the chat box, yes, we hear you loud and clear, or actually, no, we can't hear you. I'm actually broadcasting from a co-work space here in Zagreb, Croatia. The place is called Impact Hub, and it's a beautiful co-working space. They have really good internet. So in the past, you know, I've had a little bit of trouble. The internet at home was not so great, so I have a lot of good feedback. So yes. All right, very good. Probably really loud because on my mic, I have the volume turned up as high as it will go. I can probably turn that down and scale it back, but I won't do that. So anyway, it's a beautiful workspace, and the internet is really good. So I think that we are going to have a really, really good session. So I brought along my trusty rope of sweetgrass, like just a little bit of it, to help me get grounded and to call in a little bit of that. Sweetgrass is very much about the feminine, and so with is burn a little bit of it. It smells amazing, but it helps to release. It helps to release negative energy. It helps to ground your intention, and it helps really to just bring you into your body, into the moment. Yeah, it does smell good, right? Yeah, it does. Tessa's like, yeah. There we go. A little bit more smoke there. And this is just to help me get really clear about who I am, and so that when I'm channeling, I am not forgetting who I am and misinterpreting messages. I'm a naturally strong channel, and for everything that we do, we're naturally strong channels. We're constantly channeling the work of the divine through us. We are divine beings. So we're constantly bringing in messages from the other side. It's that pesky old ego that gets in the way and kind of puts the brakes on things. So for me, doing a little bit of smudging with either sweetgrass really just helps me remember that my ego is not really running this show. All right, so let's do a little check-in, Tessa, and just see who's on with us, who's live, and give me a little breakdown there.
We have quite a few people on right now. We have 9 people.
Okay, great.
We have multiple questions coming through. However, Erin Hipsman said that sound is going in and out for her.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that's still a problem that she's having.
Okay, let us know, Erin, if there's any feedback. I mean, if it's improving or not. We should have a good connection, but still.
It seems good. But our first question comes from.
Sorry, let's actually see who else is on the call. I just want to say, or who's on the line.
Amber.
Mm-hmm.
We have Sonia.
Excellent.
Honey. Teresa.
Oh, excellent, wonderful.
It keeps moving.
I told you, right?
Leslie.
Wonderful.
And as we said, someone whose username is Itchy Feet with a smiley face. Colleen. Zook.
Wonderful.
Theresa. Amanda. Visis.
Visis, okay.
I think that's how you say it. How do you say it? Erin can hear us now, and then we have Frida.
Okay, wonderful. Oh my God. Fantastic people. I'm really excited. Thanks for joining. And look, if you're on the YouTube page, please come over to the Full Moon Events page. There should be a link in the message somewhere, and enter your questions so that you can participate with us actively. We do not take questions from the YouTube page just because it's really about being on my website, as you probably understand. Friends, so I've got tarot cards, I've got astrology, and I've got just the divine matrix. I also, look, I'm a big fan of, I'm a really big fan of digital tarot cards, digital oracle cards. They are really powerful. This whole digital thing is a connection with spirituality. It's like spirit informed that we can tangibly use our hands to get in touch with and use our minds. We're moving at the speed of light. As my dear assistant is a millennial, and she moves at the speed of light. It cracks me up, man. You know, it's really good. So digital cards are awesome. Because I travel a lot, I started using digital cards a few years ago, and they're incredible. They raise the vibration really high. So I've got digital cards, and I've got my trusty Aquarius deck as well. So I feel like I'm ready for that first question.
All right, our first question is from Amber Nicole.
Okay.
She says, I am always seeking answers to define my purpose in this lifetime. What can I do to make sure I accomplish my purpose?
Okay, this question from Amber Nicole, was this one that was on before? This is the very first question, right? Okay, so for future, I do this at the beginning of the moon. Sign up for the event, and then you come and you log in. And if you know that you cannot watch the event, or even now, this event can go on pretty long, the questions. I never skip anybody's question. If you cannot wait, to hear the answer, you can always come back and watch the replay and hear your answer later. Okay, so don't feel like you have to be on for the whole length of the program. The replay will be up for about a week or two, so you can watch it up to a week or two, okay? All right, so we're tuning in for Amber. Cards get one little shuffle here. Okay, for Amber, will you read her question again, please?
What can I do to make sure I accomplish my purpose?
So go Amber. Okay. A card for Amber. Amber's question is because it's a really grounded question. When I tune into her energy, it feels grounded and solid and wise. There's a lot of wisdom there, a lot of spiritual wisdom. She sounds actually young, sounds like a young spirit. It feels young to me. Maybe she's a millennial as well. But the wisdom that's contained within youth is really a beautiful wisdom. It's age old, and it's expressing itself at this time with this wonderful curiosity that is unhampered by pain. Yeah. So the card that Amber has gotten is the Star. The Star is about rising, a rising within the self, a rising that starts from deep within the self at the core, and then the rising rises along the chakras, along the spine, up through the crown chakra, and then up into the cosmos. So Amber, what I want you to think about, and I would love for you to maybe consider that in this moment I'm giving you a your crowning motto for your life, which would be, I am that rising star. Yeah. So the star in tarot represents optimism, a positive outlook, brightness. There's that moment when you are fully connected with the truth of who you are. You just are in your knowing. You just are. And it's okay that we're not always in our knowing. It is not okay when we lose sight of that being. So it's okay to be knowing and then to be not knowing, as long as we always remember that there's a union that's here, right? That we remember that we're not the not knowing, that the truth of who we are is the knowing, okay? So the message for you is to keep searching, to keep that natural feeling that you have. The message that I'm getting from your spiritual blueprint is that you, yes?
Leslie says there's no audio right now. Is your microphone all the way plugged in?
Yes. Yes, I think no audio is, if anybody else is not hearing me, check in. Just, it looks great under no weird screen, so it should be pretty good. But if you're not hearing me, let me know. Volume is still up. Yes.
The young soul, she's 22.
Oh, that's a good year. That's such wonderful. 22 years old is like a magical time. Obviously, it's a master number. By the way, 22 is the number of the moon amplified, yeah? So the moon is number 2, and when you have 22 years old, that's your opportunity to really come into your knowing. I love it. Oh, I just love it. It's wonderful.
It seems like people mostly can hear. A couple people have choppy sound, but
Okay.
we have 3 can hears, 1, it's a little choppy.
Okay, so thank you for that feedback, guys. I'm going to ask you, Tessa, to maybe turn off Wi-Fi on your phone, and I'm going to actually make sure that my iPad doesn't have Wi-Fi turned on. Zagreb is really a modern city, but Wi-Fi here, I'm underwhelmed by Wi-Fi in Zagreb.
Amber's birthday is also 2/22.
Get out of here. Wow. Okay, so she's coming into who she is. Oh, that's nice. This is really, it's so wonderful to, connect and define these kind of magical, these magical vibrations that are within us. Excellent. Very good. Thank you. So just to kind of, to bring our reading to a close, Amber, I want you to really think about yourself in terms of being that star. And again, imagine that you have this beautiful star, which when we look in the sky, the star looks cool. It's white, it's silver, it's platinum, however you see stars in the sky, they look pretty white. But we also have to realize that our sun maybe has a more yellow or a golden feel to it, yeah? What I think that you should do is imagine that you have this star that starts within yourself, and it starts down at your perineum, which is your root chakra. And if you know anything about Kundalini energy or you know about the chakras, great. You'll know this will make sense to you. But just to keep it really, really simple, just imagine that you have a beautiful platinum star that starts at your vajayjay, okay? And it moves back and up through your spine, okay? And comes all the way along your spine into your neck, and then in over your head. This lighting your spine, igniting your life channel with this platinum white bright energy, cleansing, purifying, and drawing to you what you desire, what you need, and illuminating your crown chakra so that you're able connecting upward. That's the energy of this message. All right? Excellent. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for your question. And we can go on to the next one. And if there's any other feedback, we can check in. But I'll go ahead and start with the next question, Tessa.
Okay, our next question comes from Sonia Clayton McNeil. It says, peace and blessings.
Thank you.
Crystal, you did a live reading for me last month and revealed that I have a karmic debt to repay. I am somewhat new to the spirit journey and would like to know some of the ways a person can repay that debt.
Okay. So Sonia, there are many schools of thought around karmic debt. Here's my thinking. You are always a divine being, and you are always welcome back to absolute purity and alignment with Source. Always. You can have that right here, right now. You do not need to live your life paying back karmic debt. As a matter of fact, your karmic debt is automatically lived through you as you live, as you breathe. You're always clearing your karmic debt, okay? The thing is, karmic debt is an opportunity for you to have a full experience of through a positive experience, blessings, the fullness of joy, intimacy, romance, creativity, feelings of abundance, sharing, giving, connecting. The blessing of negative karmic debt is that you get to experience pain and suffering hardship, problems that need solving. Contrast is what we call it very often in the spiritual world. What I want for you to understand is that you're graced with both. Yeah, you're graced with both. And one is not more valuable than the other. Do you remember that movie with Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan, City of Angels? Remember, Nicolas Cage was an angel who was watching over Meg Ryan. And Meg Ryan was a surgeon, and she was really into her work, and she was really in pain. She was a brilliant surgeon, but she was really a pained individual. Nicolas Cage was this angel that angels technically they love us, but they don't fall in love with us. But Nicolas Cage, as this angel, was really feeling this attraction to her pain, to her and to her pain. So he decided that he wasn't going to be an angel any longer, and he came down to earth. And one of the first things that happens to him is he lands on earth and he hurts himself, and he's like, oh my God, I feel pain. Oh my God, I'm bleeding. And he's so enamored with the fact that he can feel his pain that he's just in joy. So he's in pain and in joy. And there comes, and I don't know if you've seen this movie or not, I don't want to do a spoiler. So I'm not going to, I recommend it as a movie. There's also a Wim Wenders film. So City of Angels is actually based on a film from like the 1980s called I can't shit.
Sonia has seen City of Angels.
Okay, so Sonia has seen City of Angels. Excellent. I'll post it, and I can hear Tessa's typing.
I'm Googling it.
And
Wings of Desire.
Wings of Desire. That's what the original movie is. I totally recommend. Actually, it's beautifully stunning. It's a stunning film. Totally recommend Wings of Desire and City of Angels. But the point of this is your karma is not an issue for you. You don't ever have to worry about your karma. Your karma is managed by your higher self and your soul. You don't need to worry about living it out. You really need to worry about enjoying the pain, okay? Feeling the pain, being present with the pain, and having love of pain. Now, a lot of us think that if we have love of pain, that we're going to be drawing more pain to us. And I'm here to tell you right now that that is not how it works, okay? You draw pain to yourself by resisting pain. That's the law of attraction. When you are in pain and you resist the pain, you draw it to you. You know it. When you stub your toe and you're like, oh no, 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 that's the thing that makes the pain intensify. When you stub your toe and you're like, I'm with this pain, the pain dulls down really quickly, okay? So what you actually attract more of by not resisting your lessons is more rapid solutions to your lessons, okay? So, or more rapid solutions to your problems. So I want to encourage you to simply allow your karmic debt to be, don't resist it, and focus on what you want. Focus on what serves you. Focus on what makes you happy. Focus on being creative. Every day, tuning into what, focusing on the beauty of your space, the beauty of what works in your life, that's going to make your karmic debt fly by, and you won't even miss it. You won't even need it. I'm still taking a card for you. Right? So also, guys, I want to let you know that I am available for private one-on-one readings. You can book on my site. I do, by the way, when I speak, I'm an automatic channel. So much of what I'm saying is channeled. It's not me talking. You are maybe getting glimpses of my personality, but also understand that that's not really who I am. The channeling is just, I'm a natural channel. I came in with a braid. So a lot of times this stuff comes from my braid. All right. And if you don't know what a braid is, we'll talk about that sometime in a different setting. Okay, so this is a card for Sonia, just a very quick card. And you have the King of Swords. Tell me what her question is again, please, Tessa.
Her question, sorry, I'm gonna scroll up.
No, that's okay.
Was, oh gosh. Here we go. She is somewhat new to her spiritual journey and would like to know some of the ways a person can repay their karmic debt.
Okay, so for you, the message would be to use your mind. For you, use your mind as, not use your mind, treat your mind as if it is a weapon. You need to learn how to use your weapon. You don't just go firing off your weapon, right? You need to go to training. You need to, the mind is represented in swords. By the way, you have the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is the master of the mind. This is someone who trains himself to always be in control of his mind, to always be in his knowing, as I said for Amber, and to use your mind always from your place of knowing. And to treat your mind with the same respect that you would a very heavy, very powerful sword. You don't use your sword, you use your sword for balance. You use your sword for creating in the world what it is you want, for shaping the world, not for wounding the world, but for shaping, for creating, for giving structure, for designing. That's what this is about. King of Swords is about being a man of great designs. All right, I hope that's helpful. I hope that's helpful, Sonia. Okay, so I think I'm ready for the next question.
All right, our next question comes from Honey Belchi.
Yes, hey, honey.
I really hope I'm saying his names correct.
That's how I pronounce Honey's name.
Okay, perfect. She says, hi Crystal, thank you for doing this. My question is, what do you see in my romance/love life in the near future?
Yay, yay.
Also, Sonia just said thank you, she understands.
Excellent, very good. Okay, Honey, love that name. Honey, if I'm not pronouncing your name right, Honey Belchi, because that's what whenever I see you on Facebook, I'm always, Honey Belchi.
Honey says, hey.
If I'm not saying it right, you can phonetically write it out for me, okay? But the name Honey is just such a great name. You want Honey's love life. I feel, oh yeah, I knew it. I saw it coming. It's time, honey. It is time. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Honey, this is a very auspicious card. So I'm going to tell you what your spirit guides gave me instantly. So this card represents having really good luck and being in the cycle of life where things are on the up. They're on the up and up. They're coming good. This is a very positive, affirmative time. So this is very good prospects for you to start calling in the romance that feels good to you. Boom. Now that was from the cards. What the image I got from the spirit guides is that you're standing on a mountaintop with a very lovely, okay, I'm saying a man, because the energy feels masculine. This feels very masculine because this guy is a part of this mountain and scaled this mountain, and you've worked hard to get to this mountaintop, and your prince is there at the top. And I'm saying he's a prince, and I'm saying you're a princess, and it's not that one is better than the other. But it's clear that you have worked hard to get here, and this is going to be a relationship that is meaningful and long-lasting. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. Honey dates only men. Okay. Very good. The thing that's interesting about this imagery, it's really beautiful imagery. This is why I love working with spirit guides, because the imagery that they give me is really uplifting and really insightful. So the idea, what I'm seeing in my vision is this beautiful mountain that's quite rugged. This man is at the top of this mountain, and the mountain, okay? Meaning he is a solid man. He is a strong man. He's very much in his divine masculine power. And the idea is that this princess has gone on this journey, this mountain, of ascending to rise to this peak. And the beautiful thing about this is that mountains are meant to be climbed, you know? And a lot of us find ourselves, you know, climbing mountains and trying to get up steep precipices that are not really, like we are not seeing reward for our hard climb. And I want you to know, this is for Honey, so for everyone, that he is, you gotta climb that mountain. Life, trying to get to the top of the mountain, but by standing still. A lot of people think that they're gonna get to the top of that mountain and they're gonna stand still. And a lot of that is because they're paralyzed with fear. Move your feet. Get your butt up that mountain. Take the mountain. And that's the message for you, honey. Take that mountain, get up there, because your reward is equal. Once you've scaled a mountain, you're equal with that mountain. You are no longer on different levels. Your guy was up here, and he was all this, and he was up here. And then when you were at the bottom, you were down here. The mountain was daunting. It was intimidating. And you were not a vibrational match. You cannot date a guy that you're not a vibrational match to. Up here and you can't meet. Scaling that mountain, by going through all the hard lessons, you've made it up. So now you are on par with that mountain. So now you're ready for that relationship. That's what this reading means. That's your guy. Before I took the card, and then this is the card that you get. This is a card of positivity, upswing. You're in a good cycle. You need to go for it. You need to take risks. You need to take chances. All right, honey. Guys, question.
Theresa Richard, and she says, I've had a hard journey in this life.
feel like I'm tuned into your that you've had. My heart. Let's see. For Theresa, my tummy is burning. I feel something. Okay. So Theresa, you have the Knight of Swords. Again, we're dealing with swords, which represents the mind. Okay, the mind is a tool. The mind is a weapon. What's the question again? The end of that question again?
The question is, will I ever find love and financial stability?
So the answer is, hold on. Theresa, okay. So Theresa, your message is that not to wield your mind with more courage. You got to use your mind in the right way. So you're very rarely going to hear me say this. You're going to very rarely hear me say this, but I'm going to tell you to mind. And I'm using those words. So look, we all need to be the master of our minds, right? With Sonia, she had the King of Swords. Wasn't it Sonia who had the King of Swords? So Sonia had the King of Swords. And she needed to train her mind. Theresa, I'm telling you to actually spend a little time becoming your mind. I never tell people to do it this way, so this is interesting what's coming through. The idea that I have for you, Theresa, and if this resonates with anybody else, great. If not, feel free to throw it away, okay? But the idea is that your brain is a being of its own. You would do very well to spend some time in your brain itself. There is a comic strip called something Yeti, The Awakened Yeti. Shit. Okay. Yeti comic. My beloved millennial is
The awkward Yeti?
The Awkward Yeti. Thank you. With those millennial fingers, you should hear her typing. It sounds like little birds. The Awkward Yeti has these really adorable cartoons that show an animated brain. So it's a brain, it wears glasses, and it has arms, heart. And the heart has a smiley face and hands. And they are always in a dialogue. So it can be, the heart says, I love him, I love her, I love. And the brain will say something, sarcastic like, all that love has me completely fatigued, or all that love has me really tired or worn out. Really cute comics, yeah? And what I want you to do, Theresa, is to get into your brain and imagine your brain as a being, as a personality. And I want you to empower your brain to be courageous, impulsive, and passionate. And I want you to encourage your brain to rush into things. So the reason I'm getting guidance that says you hold yourself back. I'm being told that you, because maybe of low self-esteem, a low self-image, and this is an issue for us, okay, for us all. We have these feelings inside of us that we're not good enough, that there's something about us that is not worthy or not capable, or we won't be able to handle tremendous success. On the surface, we might say things like, oh yeah, if you gave me $1 million, I would know exactly what I'm gonna do with it. But on the inside, we might feel like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. How would I manage $1 million? Would I lose my friends if I have $1 million? They can't keep up with me. How am I gonna keep this $1 million? What if I lose it? How am I gonna manage this? How am I gonna do, there's all this kind of, how am I gonna, I can't, I don't know if I can. So what I'm saying is that I want you to get inside your brain and to find out what's going on inside of it that makes it think that, number one, you're not financially or romantically successful, and number two, why you think you're not financially and romantically successful. The reason I'm saying this is because we hate what we have right now as being the epitome. This goes back to what I said previously about owning your shadow and your light, about having negative karma and positive karma, and understanding that both of them are valuable and both of them are equally good. You should have as much joy in your negative as you do in your joy. So when your mother was dying, she's on her deathbed, okay? She's literally 3 days away from her death, and she is just like, I am so fucking present right now. I am present. And she didn't take any pain medication with the end of life. She was just moving into this transition without resistance. So what I'm saying is that when you are flat broke, you're struggling with money, and I don't care how much debt you have. I'm a girl who graduated with $120,000 in debt from university, okay? I had $120,000 in debt. Tell me that's not oppressive, all right? And I've gone through lots of hardship around money because I've got some big money issues in my healing pattern. So I'm saying that the key to financial success is recognizing your success right here, right now. Understanding that you are worthy, and it doesn't matter what happened to you before. I don't care what you did in your past. Right now, in this moment, you've got the opportunity to align with your inner power. Just appreciating that is enough to help you have a breakthrough. And every day you come back to, well, I'm here. This is powerful. I'm strong. I have. You look around and you see what you have. You appreciate your life for what it is. Doesn't matter if you're 200 pounds overweight. You start appreciating those 200 pounds. You start appreciating your big thighs. You start appreciating the strength in your thighs, the stuff that you have now. And then you start to shift the vibration. That automatically shifts the vibration that you're holding. So you're now calling in more financial opportunities. You're calling in more solutions to debt. You're calling in more money. You're calling in more creative opportunities. You're calling in more love. You're calling in more risk. So this Knight of Swords is about taking risks and about And they're not calculated risks, okay? I don't know if you're a Capricorn, or it might be that the full moon in Capricorn keeps giving me this image of Capricorn, which is, when it's positive, Capricorn is really expansive and really brilliant. But when it's afflicted, it can be stuck. It can be stagnant. It can be dark, right? It can be oppressive. It can be oppressed. All right, I hope that's helpful. Teresa, give me feedback in the chat box. Yes,
She's a Leo.
You're a Leo, okay. So the idea, and so next month, obviously you've got a birthday coming up within the next few weeks. We've got, right now, okay, so this is important. Okay, thank you. This is really important. Teresa, right now, and a lot of people are feeling, negative emotions because of the full moon in Capricorn. Okay, so we have the full moon in Capricorn, which is trying to get us to distill our authority. Capricorn is about authority, and authority is about authorship, right? Authority, author. Capricorn wants us to be the authors of our own lives. With the moon, the full moon in Capricorn, it's saying, hey, you need to find out where you author your life, where you are writing this story, and you need to look at what story you're writing for yourself. I hope this makes sense. I've given you a lot of different information from many different ways. Give me feedback if you feel like you want clarity on something. But I hope it makes sense about you going into your brain and taking it over, using it instead of it using you, and you taking risks, taking chances. Okay, all right. I feel like I'm ready for my next question. And when Theresa, when you write the feedback, we'll come back. Okay, we'll come back to you.
Okay, so our next question is from Leslie Chinin.
Yes.
She says, hi Crystal, wondering if I should proceed with the current person in my romantic life or wait for the previous one to come back.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Leslie, the message I'm getting is that you have to take off the blinders. Okay, let's see what card we get. We have to, something is being said, you have to open your eyes. Let's just see. Will you read her question again?
Should I proceed with the current person in my romantic life or wait for the previous one to come back?
Okay. Page of Rods. Okay. This is really interesting because look at how, I'm saying take off the blinders, and look at how this person's eyes are shaded. Yeah? So the Page of Rods is a really lovely card. It's the card of the message or the messenger. And the idea is that this is a person who's new with energy and who's in the process of learning how to use energy, learning about their own energy, learning about their own kind of desires, and learning how to be in the world. as an energetic being. So the thing that I think is really important Leslie, I don't think that either one of those are the answer. I don't feel like either one of those are the right ones with you. So what I feel like the message is, okay, you don't need to worry about which guy. You need to worry about opening your eyes and getting a broader perspective and learning how to use your energy. The message is, don't look at the guys, look at yourself. You're making progress. The issue is that you're not fulfilled. And neither one of these guys are the answer. It's like having a rainbow with no color. You know it's there. There's an arc, but the colors haven't filled themselves in because you're blind. You won't open your eyes to see the color. But you know that it's there. You know that the rainbow is there. So you're looking through a prism that shows you the arc of the rainbow, but your eyes are closed, so you're not able to really fully experience the rainbow. You're not fully able to experience it. You're outside of it. You're outside of yourself. So your work is going to be, and I keep getting this image of open your eyes. Open your eyes. Okay. That's your reading. You can give me some feedback on that, Leslie, okay? I want to just do a little check-in and see if there's any feedback from Theresa.
There is not yet feedback from Theresa.
Okay, okay. And I'm ready for the next question.
Okay, our next question comes from Erin Hitzman.
Hi, Erin.
We'll say, hey, beautiful lady, just wanted to hear what my guide, in parentheses, his or her name, wants me to know now. Also, what should I do about my current job? Stay, leave. Thank you, Crystal.
Okay, read it again for me.
Just wanted to hear what my guide, in parentheses, his or her name, wants me to know now. Also, what should I do about my current job? Stay, leave.
Okay, I'm going to do that in one card. Okay, here's your card, Erin. So the message is that you're building things, like you're working right now to you're working on creating something. And so my question, so this is the thing, Erin. Why do you want to leave your job? And okay, this is what I'm trying to say. What I'm being told is what you have, I feel like there's something brewing inside you, okay? Something that's brewing, like maybe for your job, you have an idea of something else that you want for yourself, but I do not feel like it's ready to be birthed. So my question back to you, Erin, is what's brewing inside of you? And if it's ready to be birthed, then you should move on from that job. If it's not ready to be birthed, then you need to stay at that job longer. So this is the card that we've gotten. It's the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is about having recognition, about being good at something and people coming to see what you're doing. Like, it's kind of like the universe is like, you've been working on this and you're really, really good at it, and you can own have. But the thing is, you're asking a question that feels, I'm trying to find the right words. This is a little tough because it's tough because it feels like there's almost a lie, that you're not coming clean with something. That's why I want you to clarify. So give me a little clarity, Erin, because I feel like there's a deception that's going on somewhere. So you tell me about that and then we'll come back, okay? All right. I'm ready for the next one.
Okay, well, first Leslie says she understands and thank you.
Okay.
And then Theresa says she does have questions, but she's not sure how to word them, and that there's a lot that's going on in her brain right now.
Okay, excellent. Theresa, you should set up an appointment to have a private session so that we can actually work through the stuff that's in your brain, and then we can get very, very specific and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Leslie, you do your thing, right? And yeah. Yes.
Next question.
Wait, sorry, one more thing. No, that's okay. It just occurred to me, Leslie, I would love to know what's going on with your, with that job thing that we talked about last month. Type it into the chat box. Let me know what's going on with the job thing, please. Okay, sorry, Tessa, go ahead.
No, my fault. The next question comes from Colleen Keith Besner.
Yes.
Her message came in two different parts because one of them went wonky.
Okay.
But basically, she says that after 3 years, she's still not happy in Paris and is wondering where the best place is for her. Maybe it's home and she's denying that, so she's not sure where she belongs.
So Colleen, I need your birthday. I need your birth data. Oh, sorry, I'm talking to you like you're Colleen.
No, sorry.
Wait, Colleen, no, I know your birth. Have I done a birth chart for you? I haven't done a birth chart for you. Send me your birth date, the birth time, the place where you were born. Put that in the chat box. So the city and state in which you were born, the birth date, and the birth time. And then I'm going to come back to you. And because I'm going to use my astrology software, and we're going to look at the astro map to figure out what place is great for you, okay? All right, so Tessa, next question, por favor.
Next question comes from Itchy Feet. They want to know what you see in their romance/love life. Is there some good stuff coming up?
With a name like Itchy Feet? Of course. That's hilarious. Itchy feet. We're going to the Goddess Oracle for you. We are going to Doreen Virtue's Goddess Guidance cards. We're going to see what's up with Itchy Feet's romance. Okay, so that's really sweet. I love this card. I love Rhiannon. Rhiannon is the sorceress. So the goddess Rhiannon says that you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. It says, if you've been indoors too long, you can recapture your personal power by simply stepping outside. This simple motion will do you a world of good in reawakening your sleeping, magical, spiritual nature. Allow the light of the sun, the moon, and the stars to stir ancient memories that may be dormant. Recall the times of your magical abilities and then put them to use immediately for the good of the entire planet. Resume the mission that was once aborted through the misdeeds of past time leaders. That's okay, I'm going to stop right there. So that was just a reading from that card. So the message that I'm getting, if we assume that that Rhiannon is your spirit guide in this particular question, Rhiannon is a Welsh goddess, and her name means great queen. She serves important functions, including being the muse of inspiration for poets, artists, and royalty. She carries souls from the earth to the afterlife upon her trusty white horse, helping them adjust to the transition of life after death. She's a shapeshifter, and you can call upon her for help with manifestations, spirit communication, transitions, or artistic inspiration. Fine. So as we tune in, will you read the question again, please?
Yes. What do you see in my romance/love life? Is there some good stuff coming up?
Okay. Okay, so what I'm getting is that there is this kind of swift movement towards something, like you're racing towards something. So I would say that this is an affirmative card, that you are moving toward something that you will enjoy, something that is loving, that you will enjoy. The thing is, I feel like there's a part of you that's not really all that comfortable on this ride. Like, okay, so here you are, you're asking for love, and you're moving toward it, but there's a part of you that's kind of like terrified. There's a part of you that's kind of like, come on, let's go for it. And then there's a part of you that's like, no. So what I feel like maybe you want to consider is, yes, you're moving toward love, romance, happy times, but at the same time, you maybe want to pay attention to that part of you that is afraid of love, afraid of romance, afraid of the responsibility of relationship, afraid of wounding, getting hurt. Because that scared self is going to kind of pull you back and maybe even block the manifestation of what you want. So Rhiannon is about manifesting. She's about being able to bring into the world that thing that you want. And for me, as someone who works with the law of attraction and understands the principle of manifestation, I understand that in order to manifest what you want, you have to be in alignment with what you want. And any doubt, fear, limited belief that you're holding around manifesting is going to halt or kind of break your ability to manifest the thing that you want. So I'm saying, get clear about what it is you want and find within yourself the resistance to your desire. Have your desire, know what it is, and when you feel afraid, doubtful, when you have negative thoughts, when you find yourself sabotaging yourself, know that that is something that needs to be repaired in yourself, and repair it. And then that way you're out of the way of the beautiful thing that you're rushing very quickly to. Okay, that's your reading, Itchy Feet. Okay, so Tessa, where are we with, is there any feedback that I need to listen to? Okay.
So Leslie responded about last month. She said she got a second into for maybe for the one that she didn't ask about, and that prospects look really good for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the companies that she did ask about, she just has its own problems.
Okay.
Itchy Feet just said, thank you, rings the bells.
Okay, good.
And then Colleen, we have her birth information.
Okay, excellent. Mm-hmm. All right, so. Spell Colleen's last name for me.
Keith, and then a dash, and then Besnard.
Okay, so Colleen is Colleen, Keith, Keith, dash Besnard, Besnard.
Yes.
Okay. Birth city?
Sims, Montana.
Sims, Sims?
Simms.
Okay. Birthday?
March 19th.
Mm-hmm. What year?
1978.
Mm-hmm. Time?
5:29 p.m.
5:29 p.m. Excellent. Okay, what is Colleen's original question?
The original question is, she's wondering where the best place is for her.
Okay.
Oh, Plains, Montana.
Not Sims. Okay.
She just came back and said Plains.
Okay. Hold on.
Plains.
Okay, we're going to do that all again. Okay. Don't save. New.
I want to say there's a little bit of a lag between what we're doing in the video.
Yeah, definitely.
So just for everyone commenting, we
yes.
try and grab them as soon as we can.
Excellent. Thank you, Tessa.
Mm-hmm.
You said it's Plains?
Plains. Plains.
Plains, Montana.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. And the birthday again is?
March 19th.
1978.
1978.
1978. Birth time is?
5:29 p.m.
Plains, Montana. Okay. Very good. And again, her question?
The question is that she wants to find out where the best place is for her. She's not sure where she belongs.
Okay, very good. Colleen, since you are obviously live, tell me, when you say the best place, Best place in terms of what?
I think she means city.
I know, but in terms of, like, what is best for you? What does best mean? Best in terms of love, best in terms of healing, best in terms of, ooh. Huh. Interesting. So best in terms of what, Colleen? Also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
She says she wants to know where she'll be her best self. Thriving, healthy, happy, light,
Okay.
stable.
Okay. So right now you're in Paris, and what's happening for you in Paris is that you're being asked to be broad, and you're being asked to be maybe bigger than what you want to be. So for you, Paris is a broad place. It is about having big vision, and you're being pushed into big vision. My feeling, my intuition says that you're having trouble because you want small vision, you want comfort small. And this is saying that you are being forced into expansion. Is there any feedback?
She says she feels like she's suffocating in Paris and it's just so hard for her there.
Yeah, it says that for there, you might have obstacles, but it's about you learning about authority, coming into your authority there, okay? So here you are in Paris, you're being pushed into your authority, and what you're saying is it doesn't feel good, you don't like it, okay? So what I'm going to look for now is a place where you might feel better in terms of, what was it again, Tessa?
Thriving, healthy, happy, light, and stable.
Healthy, happy, light, stable.
Where she can be her best self.
I'm looking for a power place for you. Okay, so your personal power spots, astrologically, Colleen, are South America, Argentina, Chile, the Caribbean, the East Coast of the United States, like so around Florida, Georgia, West Virginia, Maryland. You would do well also in Canada. Okay, those are the places that would ideally suit you. as far as you're like having real vitality, real thriving, really powerful thriving, those are your power places. Okay, yes?
She wants to know if there's a good time to leave Paris, or should she stay and keep learning this lesson?
She can do whatever she wants. You can do whatever you want, Colleen. It's up to you, you know? To me, right now, the way it sounds like you're not happy there. And you've been there, you said, for 3 years, right? And it doesn't feel exciting. So you can leave Paris and always go back, but it doesn't feel like Paris is suiting you. But my question for you is, and you don't have to answer this for me, this is the answer for yourself, is what is it that you really want to bring into the world? What is it that you want to give birth to? And why is it that you feel like you can't do it in Paris? That's what you need to take time to kind of understand about yourself. You probably want to, you know, at some point book in a session with me to talk about this and to like start getting really clear. I know that this is an issue, so I totally recommend it. Because honestly, this is the thing. The challenge that you're having in Paris is a small challenge. You have a lot of great prospects and great opportunities around Paris, but you're not in tune with them. You're feeling the resistance and talking about the resistance and perpetuating the resistance more than you are the positive. You have Venus in your favor. You have Mercury in your favor. You have the North Node in your favor. You have the Sun in your favor. And yet you can't seem to thrive with all that. You got half the constellations working in your favor, and you can't thrive. So for me, you can move to Bogota, Colombia, and what? You know, so you got to do the interior work to find out why you're in the perfect place and you can't make that work. You see? I hope that makes sense. So that's where your work is, Colleen, and that's why I'm saying you need to look at what you really want, because I don't think that moving is the answer. I don't think that moving is the answer overall. You can move, but you're going with you. Does that make sense? Okay. Colleen, if you decide that you're going to book in a session with me, we can do this as an astrology session. We'd want to book in for an hour and a half, because you have a lot of good aspects in your chart. You have a lot of phenomenally good luck in your chart. And the modality of your life should be about thrive. No matter where you are in the world, oh, okay. I know exactly what the issue is. Saturn in Leo in the 12th house. You feel like you're a prisoner, you're stuck. I know exactly what we need to do. I would recommend that you you have a hard aspect in your astrology chart. So Colleen, here's the deal. You have a really beautiful chart, and you have the potential for really not a life of ease, but a life of like joy and ease. I'm just going to say it. You have a really lucky chart. But you have one hard aspect That's a little bit of an ass kicker. Saturn in Leo. Saturn don't like Leo. So look, I'm just saying that this is going to require some work. I strongly suggest that you book yourself in for a session so that we can like work some of this stuff out. If you do an astrology session with me, you'll get your chart, and what the process for doing an astrology session with me is that you give me your birth data, which I have, and then I send you the chart. You read the chart, okay? The chart is long. My charts end up being about, the report is like 30 pages, okay? You need to read that chart, highlight what it is you want. Highlight the things that are sticking out to you. Write three questions that you want to look at, or 3 areas of your life that you want to explore. And then send me those 3 questions, and I will study your chart, find the answers to your questions, and find the remedies. So when I do astrology, I don't just tell you what the issues are. I use a combination of traditional Indian Vedic astrology practices and Western practices. So I give you remedies. So I tell you how to work with the energy of the planetary energy. In Indian astrology, planets have personalities. They're like living, breathing beings. So I like to bring that because it's easy to relate to a planet. It's hard to relate to a planet that's way out there. And, it's like, okay, it's Mars. Like, okay, well, it's a planet. What does that mean? Well, when you think about Mars as being a general and being kind of a young warrior, then you can start to have a relationship with it. You can all of a sudden, when you think of Mars as a planet, it's like, okay, it's a red hot planet. But when you think of him as a sexy, masculine warrior, you're kind of like, I see you. Okay, now I know with whom I'm dealing. So I like to bring a lot of that life, that personality to our astrology readings so that we get a deeper connection between you and what's going on with your astrology chart. All right, I hope that's helpful for you, darling. Okay, and if there's any feedback?
There is a little bit from Itchy Feet.
Mm-hmm.
They said that there's one person that fits in with their love life, but now that vibe around him is not so good.
Mm-hmm.
Their inner tuner.
Inner rose.
Tuner.
Okay.
Feels that something is off, but they're not sure what,
Mm-hmm.
and it could potentially be physical danger. So they
Okay.
said even physical danger. So
okay, yeah, well then you might want to listen to that thing that's holding you back, because so if you're moving headlong into something and you have something that's holding you back that feels like this is not good, then you want to listen to that. But you need to listen to that. If it's guiding you smartly, then you fucking want to listen to it. If it's going to be leading you, if you're rushing headlong into something that's dangerous, then you want to be able to put the brakes on that, or put the brakes on it. You want to end it. So definitely pay attention to that inner voice. That inner tuber. Listen to your inner tuber, because tuber roses really know. All right. And is there any other feedback?
that was all of the feedback.
Okay, so I guess we're ready for the next question.
Our next question comes from Amanda 4. They want to know what message their spirit guides want to know at this time.
Okay. By the way, Amanda Poor, I got your email, and I'll be responding to that probably tomorrow. I'm sorry I have not responded sooner. Okay, from Miss Amanda. My dear Amanda. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay, here's your card, Amanda. You have the Knight of Rods. So the Knight of Rods is a very special energy. It's very much about like having a lot of energy that flows through, lots of good ideas. It's someone who travels, he's an adventurer. And the Knight of Rods is really a beautiful soul that wreaks havoc. Here's the deal. This Knight of Rods represents being someone who really goes forward with things with enthusiasm, but doesn't have the discipline or the focus to follow through. So the Knight of Rods, like the Knight of Swords that we had earlier, knights represent the extreme of emotion, or the extreme of thinking, or the extreme of energy. Yeah. So with the Knight of Rods, it's about being someone, and I get this card very often, and I'm going to tell you how it works in my life. It's a beautiful card in many ways, and it's a dangerous card. And mostly it ends up with a lot of kind of, and then there's a certain level of sadness that comes with this particular card. So for me, the Knight of Rods shows up like this. I buzz into a place, into a city. I'm a nomad, so I wander the world. I show up. People are really interested in me. I bring a lot of energy. I bring a lot of enthusiasm. I get things started. You know, people are like, okay, I'm like, let's do this. Oh, we should do this. You know, like, I'm here. Oh, I can see where this would be improved. I can help you get started with this. And so I get people on board, and then we're all doing this thing. And then it's time for me to go. And so then I just take off. And the people were like, you're leaving? Like, but you were here with us and now you're leaving? Right? So it's like the Knight of Rods or Wands is a being that has a lot of wonderful energy, potential, enthusiasm. They go forward with things, they get people riled up, but then they don't really have the ability to follow through or to create foundations. So you can see where it's really beautiful to be able to get people excited about things, to, you know, your energy is infectious, but you can see where it's also very difficult to, number one, the people that you leave feel abandoned, and you yourself don't have roots. And that's one of the issues that I had. I did not feel like I had roots, and it was really fine. You know, I was kind of like, you know, living my life, and it was a beautiful life, but then it was also like superficial, and there was this growing loneliness. So the message that comes from the Knight of Rods or the Knight of Wands is that you need to keep your beautiful enthusiasm, but you gotta learn how to ground and I want to say follow through. Yeah. So the Knight of Rods gets lots of great ideas and doesn't follow through with any of them, okay? If you like being a person, now Tim Ferriss of the 4-Hour Work Week talks about this in himself, because he's the total Knight of, well, at one point in his life, this paradigm was working itself through him. He was like, yeah, I like to, I'm an idea person. I want to have my business and I want to sell it after a few years. I want to go in, I want to hit something, and then I want to quit it, like hit it and quit it. That's kind of part of his personality. And it's really beautiful. He's such a beautiful energy. He's a wonderful speaker. He's so intelligent. He's just a really beautiful being. But the problem you can imagine is, if you're someone who has a lot of bright ideas and you don't think them through, you don't put the plans to them and create the long-term vision, you can understand where that can be really tiresome for yourself. Like you're not able to really plant seeds and build the garden. You just kind of plant seeds and then you get a little bit of a sprout, but then you're off and now the sprout is dying. It's dying on the vine because you're not there nurturing it. You're not putting water into it. You're not giving it the miracle grow. You've abandoned it. So the message would be to think about how you can maintain your enthusiasm, how you can maintain this beautiful, expansive spirit, but get things done, follow through, or use this to your advantage like Tim Ferriss did. He took his energy that was scattered and he said, look, I own this. I do a lot of different things and I only want to go so far with them. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. And he's created a beautiful empire that gives people a lot of different information. And he keeps himself moving between all these wonderful things that he loves. And he doesn't do things that he doesn't love, He's like, okay, I love this aspect. I'm going to pass the harder details off to people who are better at doing those harder details. Well, you can do that for yourself, Amanda. What you're good at, you do, but you need to make sure you have the support of people who are grounding and who are able to help bring your vision, your ideas, your energy into a positive environment. All right, that's your reading.
So Amanda said no worries about the email.
Okay.
And that what you've said sounds just like her and that it's exhausting.
Okay, yes, it's exhausting. It is so exhausting. Oh my God. And I know because it's my energy. And here I am, I'm 47 years old, and I lived the first probably 42 years of my life with this Knight of Rods energy. And I was pissing people off, making friends and then making enemies out of my friends because I couldn't stay around. It's flaky energy. It's creative and high and beautiful and light. And it's like, everybody wants to be your lover. And then you take on these lovers, and you have these partners, you have this kind of thing going on, but there's no connection because you're not there long enough. You can't really get intimate. You can't invite intimacy when you're constantly moving. Boom. Boom.
We also have some feedback from Colleen.
Yes.
Who says it makes complete sense. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. She's going to start reading with you.
Okay.
She's been resisting Paris. She feels that she's been resisting Paris. And so she'll start focusing on the positive. But she also wants to check and make sure that it's the astrological birth chart that she orders.
Yes, that's fine. Yes, she should order that report for sure. And, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. Colleen, you should totally order that birth chart for sure, and I'll get that sent over to you. And for the, yes, that's perfect. And when you get ready to do your appointment, just make sure you make it at least 3 days from now, okay? Make the appointment at least 3 days from now because I need 3 days to review your chart, read your chart, and put together all those aspects, right? Because I have to look at the, when I do the chart for you, you're gonna get a report that has all the details written out. So what I do when I come into a session with you, I want to know exactly how your report reads so that I can help you find things in the report, okay? So you're going to send me your questions. I'm going to read the report, and I have to show you where you can read the report and find the answers in the report. And also there's the actual chart, you know, that shows the different angles. So I'm going to send you that as well. And so I have to study those angles to find out what's intention and what's, you know, how these different planets are interacting to influence you. And then the third thing that I would send you, because I know we're going to be looking at the map, is I would have to send you a picture of the map that shows you the different power places on the map. Okay, all right. And of course, I'm happy to do this for anybody. I love doing these kinds of sessions. They're really exciting, and they're really, really helpful for getting to the bottom of what it is that's bugging you. Astrology is so damn powerful. It is scary powerful. Like, it's scary because we're taught to think of ourselves as being these human beings that just kind of came from our mother's womb, and we are part of our family and our environment, and we have a job, and we're subject to our job and subject to the government that's ruling, and our education and all that kind of thing. But from astrology, we assume that the life that we're living on Earth is actually intentional. And when you start to look at astrology, you see, like, I planned that. So in my last full moon report on my blog, I wrote about, I posted a link to Donald Trump's, I did a write-up about Donald Trump's astrological chart. And you can see totally where he has this personality, where he just loves the media attention. I know he says he doesn't like the media, but he loves the attention that he's getting, and he loves being the star of the show. And it's written in his astrology chart. I've never seen a chart like his before. I do a lot of astrology with people, and you know, I always get charts that are really, really grounded, you know, like, not to say that he's not grounded. His chart, by the way, is very, very, very grounded. But, you know, we're more like ordinary people. And Donald's chart is not fucking ordinary. He is an extraordinary man, astrologically. It is no joke that he is the president of the United States. It says that he should be the president of the United States. That's what he's fucking rolling with. He clearly, as a light, as a spirit, was sitting there with God and was like, God, I want to negotiate. I'm coming down to earth, and this is what I'm going to do. And he said it with his fingers like this. Tessa's kind of shaking her head. She's going, oh God. But you have to check that out. It's on my blog. I posted his whole report on my blog, and I highlighted the areas. You should check it out, Tessa. Yeah, because you can see it, and you can see it for yourself. Right in his midheaven, he has the sun. He has, I think, the north node, and I've forgotten what else. What else? But the man is born lucky. Born lucky, and he, you know, we kind of make fun of him as a communicator, but actually, like, his communication is really strategic. He knows what the fuck he's doing. The man is fucking brilliant. I'm telling you. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this like as an advocate for him being a world leader, but I kind of understand what he's going to do to shake up the world and to help activate this spark within individuals to create for ourselves. It's no joke that he is where he is. He's an activating energy. He's an activating leader. But we need to get activated. We need to take advantage of having him as president while we have him as president. a lot of people feel activated. Like a lot of people were kind of like, I used to not listen to politics. I used to zone out. I pay attention now. That's a really big deal. So all of this is to say that, yes, we need to stay on top of him. And yes, if we can, make some changes to change, have a different activating leader, I would be all for it, I'd be all for having an activating leader that helps us integrate people in our society, that helps us love one another in our society, that helps perpetuate love between races, between religions, between the wealthy and the poor, that actually creates balance. I'd be all for that. Interestingly, he could have fucking done that. If he had a different set of values and he has the potential in his astrological chart, he actually has an aspect in his chart that makes him have a problem with women. He has an afflicted moon in his chart, so he has a problem with women. But if he had healed that, and he still can heal that. He's still a living, breathing being. Even though he's 71, he still can heal that. If he heals that and shifts his mindset to that respect for women, he can change everything for women all around the world. If only he'd hire me as his advisor. If only he'd hire me as his advisor, I would be all over it, and I would really help him in finding some love, and creating a place of love, because he has the potential to do that. But whether he's going to or not, probably not. Okay, that's sad. Is there any other feedback?
Amanda just said thank you. This is spot on as usual.
Great, thank you.
She did just say it. So about 10 minutes.
Okay.
She did say it. And that's all the feedback.
Okay.
So our next question comes from Tuk Lu.
Hi, Tuk. Long time no see. Whoa, that's a long time.
The question is about finances. We'd like to know when some financial stability is coming his way.
Okay. Tuk. Financial stability for Tuk. We've got the King of Swords again. So King of Swords, the message is going to be for you, Tuk, is to use your mind, again, to wield your mind like it's a weapon that you would need to learn how to use to respect. So in other words, you want to work on your finances from the level of your mind. For me, you need to clean your mind, find your limiting beliefs, find your negative self-concepts that are lodged in your mind, and then you want to bring them. That is how you learn. This is how you clean your weapon, right? I hope I'm saying that right. So again, when you get the King of Swords, proper use of mind. The king is the master of this sword. He knows how to use it. He knows that it cuts. He knows that he can use it creatively, or he can use it to do terrible damage. Very often, us people use our minds to do terrible damage to ourselves. So you want to use your mind to make sure that you are not harming yourself, that you don't have negative beliefs that are holding you back. So to me, this says you have tremendous potential financially, Tuk. This to me means that you are very capable of creating powerfully, building a fantastic financial future for yourself. I feel like you're very capable. I would encourage you to vision a strong future for yourself, to to think about what it is you want to manifest for yourself, to make a plan of action, and to carry it out. Think about what it is you need. Think about what it is you want. Make a plan and do it. This guy is capable of that. And that's you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And give me any feedback. All right? I'm ready for the next question.
Okay, Took did say hi, and that has been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is from Eva. They would like to know what is their mistake on their spiritual path and inner growth, why they keep losing their goal, and why they keep losing their goal and their mind overtakes their soul and connection with divine.
Okay. All right. So, how is the name spelled? Eva?
I-E-V-A.
Eva. I-E-V-A. Eva.
Their username is VA6941.
Sorry?
Their username is VA6941.
Okay.
I don't know if that's all.
No, it's okay. I don't think I know Eva. Okay, tuning in. Oh. Platinum rays. Okay. Yes. Okay. Read the question for me again, please.
They would like to know what is their mistake on their spiritual path and inner growth.
Okay, let's stop right there. Thank you. Okay, so the idea is that you take on way too much and you don't have the ability to actually, like, you take on too much and you don't give yourself, because you've taken on too much, okay, so this is what I'm getting, Eva. I think that you're someone with a really, really, really open crown chakra. And what happens is, when you have a super open crown chakra, you get a lot of information that comes in. And sometimes it's information overload. And so then, like right now, the way the information is coming in about you is I'm being bombarded by these little beings. So I'm gonna actually just ask them to slow down. So excuse me for just a second. So number one, you have a lot of information that comes in, and it's hard to follow through because you take on all the information that comes in, you take it all on, and you make it all the same priority. It's you just because it's coming in doesn't mean that you use it all at the same time. And so you've taken on too much, and you burn out, and you've put yourself in the mode of being the workhorse. You need to recharge. Your chemistry is your energetic chemistry, your body chemistry is being affected by all the thoughts you have. So that tells me high stress. You need to do something to calm down your central nervous system. I feel adrenal fatigue. I feel also that you should make sure that your diet is alkaline, because you might be actually experiencing adrenal fatigue. Okay, what's the second part?
The second part is why they keep losing their goal and their mind overtakes their soul in connection with divine.
Say it again, Tessa.
Why she keeps losing her goal and her mind overtakes her soul in connection with divine.
Just read it to me.
Why I keep losing my goal and my mind overtakes my soul in connection with divine.
Okay, so you actually have an attachment. That's what it is. You have an attachment. And it's not a negative attachment, it's a wayward attachment. I almost feel like you had a twin, or you have a twin, or you have some kind of a attachment on the right side of your body. You might find that you have a mole or a wart or something that is not like bad, but it's pesky. And this little being is actually a happy little being, kind of like puppy dog energy, but energy you probably don't really need, doesn't really serve you, is a little bit of a distraction. And part of you is wedded to that energy. You like it in a way. You're not willing to let it go. There's a part of you that's attached to it. You guys are attached to one another. I'd say maybe start working on finding a lovely way to kind of let that little one go on its way, let it be its own thing. It's not really a part of who you are. And that part of you that is really attached to it and likes having that company, needs to be kind of cleansed and brought back into the fold. Okay. You need to work with somebody in physical form, Eva, because your vibration is really strong. And well, okay, so you could work with someone virtually, but I feel like you need someone who would be willing to touch you to help release the physical off of you. Touch is really important, and I feel like that would be really good for you to get touched. And you need to be smudging yourself, because open crown chakras are very attractive to wayward energies, and just everything you attract a lot. So you need to also develop within yourself a way of managing your energy. It feels like your energy is not managed, but I understand a lot of people don't have managed energy. It's okay, not a big deal, but you can learn how to do that. You got to always, at the beginning of the day, you set the ground rules for who you are, who you'll let in, what you're about. You do that by aligning with the truth of who you are. I am this. I'm not that. This is not mine. That goes back to my family. That goes back to that asshole who was on the bus yesterday. That goes back to my boss. You need to take that energy, send it back to where it belongs, and then you have to take responsibility for who you are and to be in yourself, in your full presence. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, is that the end of Yeva's questions? Okay, and is there any feedback from anyone?
Dick said thank you, that it made a lot of sense what you said.
Okay.
Let's have
All right.
We got a couple additional questions. But
Okay.
So our next question comes from Frida.
Yes.
She says, hello, Crystal Lynn.
Hi.
I would like to know if you get any information about the underlying emotional issue that leads to my health issues and what I could do about it.
Okay.
I feel they have held me back way too long now.
Okay. The emotions, it's such a good approach. The emotions behind health issues. Okay, sorry. One more time. All right, Frida, here's your card. 8 of Cups. So this is the emotion of disappointment. And so that would be the key vibrational emotion, 8 of Cups. So the idea is that the story that's being told in this card is that you built something, you had something, you were invested in something, and that thing turned out to be disappointing, and it just didn't add up. It just was not the thing that you wanted it to be. And so you're turning your back on it and you're moving on to the next thing. Now, in many ways, this is a very positive card because it's the card of, okay, I've done that and now it's time for me to move on. But the underlying emotion, and that's what you asked for, is about disappointment, and there's hardship there, Frida. And disappointment does this in our body. I want to just show you so you can understand what disappointment does. So when we are in balance, our feet are on the ground, and we are sitting up straight, back is straight, stomach muscles gently taut. My feet are flat on the ground. My legs are apart so that I feel stable and balanced. And disappointment, so right now I'm in a stable and balanced state, and disappointment does this to our body. I'm gonna just watch for a second here. And what's happening with my feet is my feet are rolled over to the side. My legs are rolled over. I'm slumped, and my spine, which is my lifeline between heaven and earth, right? A spine is supposed to be erect, straight up and down. So disappointment energy is like this, okay? So what's happening in my physical body is everything is leaned over to the side. My head is heavy. My spine is totally misaligned. My shoulders are heavy. They're leaning all over here to the right side. And there's tension in my right leg. And I feel broken and heavy. So what happens is when you carry the energetic vibration of disappointment, this is always your vibration, even though you can be sitting up like this. You can be trying to you're trying to be like this, but you are like this on the inside. And if that is your key energetic vibration, then of course that's going to make you sick, right? So what you need to do, and I'm going to assume that this falling to this right side is coming from your spirit guide. So I'm going to just tell you that what's happening energetically in the physical body also is that there's compression on the liver. So your liver is maintains, it's all about anger. Bile is stored and released, bile, right? Anger. And large organ here, compressed and squeezing. So this disappointment, the primary outward expression, how it might show up in your life, is anger. and issues of liver, yin. I think, Tessa, will you look up, please, just Google is liver yin and see what the answer is, because I'm having a little bit of a mind blockage.
Says the liver's mother organ in the lower burner neighborhood, the kidney when weakened can have a detrimental effect on the liver's qi, yin, and blood.
Okay, so Frida, I feel like the liver issue is creating that the anger is throwing off your yin frequency. So you know, we want to have a balance between yin and yang. Yin is feminine, yang is masculine, and the message that I'm getting is that there is the feminine aspect, your intuition, your ability to flow and know might be compromised because of that, this disappointment. And you can do like a Google search to find out what are some, the thing that I would search if I were looking this up for myself, I would Google search yin health issues, or if you are aware of your health issues. So what tends to happen is we have a health issue, like I'm coughing, and we think, oh, I have an issue of, you know, my lungs feel congested. So what I'm saying is, you know what the symptoms are that you're having. You want to see if your symptoms are yin or yang. And you can do a Google search and say, are my symptoms yin, or, you know, is my cough yin or whatever? And then it'll kind of help to guide you to know what the energetic issue is that you can maybe work with. Just see if that helps you, even though that might be unclear. I think it makes a lot of sense. But I think you do understand that the key answer to your question is about disappointment. And the idea, the thing that I want you to really leave this reading with is understanding that you want to be upright, but it's as if you have a being who's slumped over that you're carrying around with you, and how can you move forward? And as a matter of fact, I'm thinking that this is causing a yin, so I'm thinking that your health issues are disappointment, and that you have a yin imbalance. You have a yang imbalance that's weakening your yin. I think you need more yin and less yang. That's what I think intuitively. If you go to an acupuncturist, they would be able to confirm that or deny it and get you on the right track. All right. So I've studied a little bit of traditional Chinese medicine, that much, and not enough to make diagnoses, but I do channel, and I'm channeling right now, so I'm kind of just giving you what I'm getting and trying to interpret the messages that are inside my head that are coming into me. All right, I hope that makes sense.
Okay, we have some feedback from Eva.
Okay.
She says, thank you so much for answering guidance. It helps a lot. Much blessing to you on your path.
Thank you.
She didn't quite catch the name of the energy you mentioned. You said open crown chakras are very attractive to blank energy.
Okay, you're going to have to listen to the replay on that. Oh, you can listen to the replay, Eva? Well, I think I was saying that, wasn't I saying like open crown people will attract all, or just very attractive, and that they will attract like wayward energy as well. So I would probably use the word wayward, and what I mean by that is just, you got to be really careful. People who have very open crown chakras will attract energetics that are, you know, like that are energy suckers, but more energy crown idea attracted suckers, you know? So you'll get attachments to yourself that aren't serving you, you know? Like, it's kind of like being a really open-hearted person, and people come and you attract a lot of people who really love you and appreciate you, and then you attract these people who love you and really suck the life out of you, and they just take from you and they never give, and they take 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 and they never give, right? But they just love you. Oh, they just love you, and they are sucking the life out of you. So that's kind of what I mean. All right, and the thing is, Eva, you have to be a little bit careful because, like, you don't have you're not having the root chakra where you can see your people, like you can see the people that are around you. You have the open, right? Oh, sorry.
No, she said yes, it's that word. English isn't her first language.
Oh,
so she knows it. Thank you for
okay, very, very good. Okay, cool. So, so you have to be careful because you cannot see these beings unless you have, this third eye open and you see people, right? So I'm just saying that it's a little harder when it's energetics, and you have to really hone and take care of your intuition. You have to be very intuitive. You have to be very present in your body, and you have to be very present in your aura. And you have to protect yourself. You have to learn how to protect yourself. But I don't mean protect as in isolate. I mean protect as in you manage the fuck out of your being. You always are in your knowing, and that is what makes you protected. You don't protect yourself by, wearing talisman. You don't have to do that shit. All you have to do is know who you are. Just as I said, know who you are, and that is protection enough. But I'm afraid that sometimes you probably aren't doing that, which is why you're letting in stuff that is distracting you. Okay? Coolio.
Perfect. Our next question comes from Miriam. I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding it. So her message says, found it, a message from my higher self / spirit guides. What would you have me do? What should I embody? So I'm just not sure what she's asking, but I'm sure you get it.
Hold on. So, okay, hold on. It says,
found it, a message from my higher self / spirit guide.
Wait, is there something that comes before that? Are you sure? Because it sounds...
I know. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure there's something that comes before.
That's hilarious.
I know.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look with you just to make sure. Oh, I made this really good and big. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, there's nothing that came before.
Right? Oh man. Okay. Miriam, please clarify. Please clarify.
Okay. Should we just move on to the next one so we get clarification?
Yeah, exactly. I think we better just Miriam, clarify, and if not, we'll go back and I'll just try to make sense of it. Okay.
Okay. So the next question is from Mona. She says, hello from Long Beach, California.
Hey, Long Beach in the heights.
My question is, will I be opening my fabulous fun retreat center soon?
Ooh, I love this. Okay, very good. Very, very good. Will I be opening? Well, Mona, come on, Mona. Mona wants to open a fabulous retreat session. Retreat, what did you say? Center. Okay. Come on. Okay. Okay. Very good. Boom. Queen of Swords. Whoa, we have so many swords coming through. You would kind of think that we would have, like, there are 4 suits, and then we have major arcana, and you would think that we'd have some coins, some cups, but it's all about the mind, baby. So I feel like the answer is yes. You will be opening your retreat center soon. However, I do feel like there's a blockage. I feel like the message is you're putting your mind in front of your heart. That's really coming very clear for me. So I would say yes. I feel like you have tremendous power to do fantastic things with your retreat center. But I think that you would do very well to stop thinking so much and to start feeling much more. I think your mind might be more ahead of your heart. So maybe start moving forward, with the heart, like, how do I feel? How do I feel about this? Well, I really want it. What do I think about it? Well, I think I should wait. Okay. Put the heart first and say, yeah, but I want this. I'm going for it. You see? So the idea would be to let your oh, okay. I thought that was a message for me, but that's a message for her. The message is that you have to relax into it, that you should relax into what it is you desire. Let your body and your mind and your heart relax into being. Let the retreat center relax into being the owner of the retreat center. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That's your reading. Okay, and again, here's your card, the Queen of Swords. Okay, if there's any feedback, you can let me know.
A little bit from Frida. She says she did a quick research, and yes, you're spot on. Her health issues are related to a lack of yin energy.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Thank you for pointing that out. And the emotional state of disappointment also makes a lot of sense. Very helpful reading. Thank you so much.
Okay, excellent.
And then Mona just said, yes, I am going for it, and I will relax into it.
Yes, exactly. Because the message that I'm getting is that for Mona, so Frida, yay, I'm very glad about that. Knowing this, you can work on the disappointment. Your idea would be to kind of pick that being up and get them integrated so that they're not slumped over, rather using your disappointments as learning tools, and then integrating them, and not needing to feel disappointed anymore. You don't need to feel disappointed anymore. Okay. All right. And Mona, yes, the idea of relaxing into your retreat center. The Queen of Swords is someone who knows a lot. She's very, very intelligent. But because she tends to keep her sword in front of her heart, she thinks too much, she can let down the guard and let the heart go through. In that card, she held at the sword handle, there were a bunch of roses. And roses obviously they're pink roses, so it's very much about the heart. So it's the heart that should be wielding the sword, you don't need to, like the King of Sword can wield his sword with a mighty hand, but the Queen of Swords should wield her sword with heart, with feeling, with roses, with emotion, okay? Or balancing it with emotion, okay? All right.
The next question comes from Jojo, who is Mona's sister, also in Long Beach.
Okay.
She wants to know where her guides want to show her path. Okay. I wanted to know where my guides want to show me my path on a new career. Also, can animals be guides? If so, are my fur babies with me on this path?
Ah, okay. Okay. Right. Jojo. Okay, what's that question again?
I wanted to know where my guides want to show me my path on a new career. Also, can animals be guides? If so, are my fur babies with me on this path?
Okay. Okay. So we have the High Priestess. This is our first major arcana card, High Priestess. And read that question for me again.
I wanted to know where my guides want to show me my path on a new career. Also, can animals be guides? If so, are my fur babies with me on this path?
Okay. Read the question again.
I wanted to know
just the first part. Sorry.
I wanted to know where my guides want to show me my path on a new career.
Okay. Want to show me my path on a
New career.
Okay, so what is my new career path? What is JoJo's new career path? Okay, JoJo, I feel like a new career path is on the horizon, but you're not there yet. You need to do some work to okay. So you need to go within yourself to find out what it is you really, really want. It seems to me that it's time for you to start really tuning into your power. You should tune into your power to find out what it is really that you want. And it cannot be just a weak and simple career choice. You need to really get powerful. You need to make, in other words, you need to think big, and you need to take your career path seriously. Not that you're not thinking big, not that you're not taking your career path seriously, but when you get this card, this basically means that you have to go inside. So sometimes we will, this card is usually 9 times out of 10, this card comes up when you're too focused on the outside and you need to focus more on the inside, meaning you're thinking too much about, no. It's not that you're thinking too much about the outside, it's that you're not thinking enough about the inside. So the message from your spirit guide is meditate, meditate, meditate. Meditate on how you want your life to feel, meditate on how you want to be spending your time, what you want for yourself in a career, how you want the environment you want to work in, who you want to work with, what you want your boss to be like. Do you want to be the boss? What do you want to do? What's your vision for yourself? You're not at the envisioning state yet. This is the pre-vision state because you need to get clear about who you are. So you need to connect to your spirit guides inside of yourself, and then you can move forward. Okay, that's your reading. About the animals. Animals can be spirit guides, absolutely. And are your fur babies on your journey? Yes, they absolutely are. They always are. They're always spirit guides in form. And you can always ask them for messages. Spirit works through them very easily. You can, meditate with them. When cats come in, my cats used to always, I had 2 cats. I would sit down at my altar and one would come and sit in my lap all the time, and they would rub up against me, and it would be the 3 of us just sitting there in peace, and it was beautiful. So I totally recommend that you and your fur baby just spend time, together as you do, but also just, I don't know, just loving one another as you do, but getting creative together, using that energy to create. They're very good that way. So yes, love dogs. My friend showed up today at lunch with a puppy. She's puppy sitting. Come on, right? Puppy sitting. So good. So puppy around. Oh my God. Next question. How many more questions do we have?
3. Well,
Okay.
3 different people.
Excellent.
We don't have like multiple questions.
Okay.
But our next is from DeMarcus Richard.
Okay.
He
Did we
says-
get a message from Patrick?
Yes.
Okay. Is he after DeMarcus?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
From Patrick Kennedy, right?
Yeah.
DeMarcus says, my birthday is 10/23/81. I was wanting to know my purpose in life. I was wanting to know what's my purpose in life. How do I access it? Will my current love interest work itself out? And should I pursue my own business venture?
Okay, so I obviously can't answer 4 questions in detail. I'm going to give you an overall view, Marcus. And tell me that birthday again. And usually if I'm going to use my astrology software, if I'm going to run a report for you, I need your birthday and your birth time. But for this kind of a reading, it's okay just that you give me your birthday. I'm going to use your birthday and tarot together to try to give you a really good sense of all of that, DeMarcus. Okay, so here we go. Tell me that birthday again.
10/23/81.
10/23/81 makes you a Scorpio. 1981 makes you a 1, right? What do you get? What number do you get when you add 1981 together? Those numbers.
9 + 8
Yeah.
+ 1, 19.
19?
Yeah.
That adds up to 19?
Yeah.
And then 1 + 9 is 10, right? So it's 1. Okay, good. I double check my adding because I will mess up.
One person to ask.
So this is really a good year for you, DeMarcus. It is DeMarcus, yeah?
It is DeMarcus.
So DeMarcus, this is a really good year for you because your birth year adds up to 19. And when you add those, no, that's not right. I fucked that up. I'm sorry. See, this is why we'd be double checking, okay? 1 + 9.
It's 10.
No, I didn't fuck it up. Okay. I just had a brain fart. I just had brain scramble. And on that note, she says she's going to light a little bit of sweetgrass because she just had major brain scramble. And that means I'm getting tired, okay? So we're going to get through our last 3 questions with quality and with style, but that just shows me I need to. That is really funny. Excellent. All right. So, you, DeMarcus, you are a 1. Your birth year is number 1. Let's see what his whole number is. So it's October 23rd, 1981. We need to add all those numbers together,
Add
Tessa.
1 + 0 + 2 + 3 + 8 + 1.
Yep.
+ 19.
Uh,
+ 1 + 9 for the 19.
no, add all the numbers together. 1 + 9 + 8 + 1.
+ 2 + 3 + 0 + 1.
Yeah. I know calculator. Okay, thank you.
Just to be safe. I could do it.
Right? I
No,
know, of
that's
course. I know. Very good. We know how to add. But we just double check because, you know, I'm not an accountant type at all. I'm not a numbers girl other than I feel numbers, okay?
25.
Okay, so your vibration is 25/7. Your life path number, Marcus, is 25/7. You double checking, Tessa? Okay. Tessa's double checking.
25.
Okay, very good. And you all can look up your own life path numbers. You don't need me to do that. Yeah, you can just add all the numbers, the individual numbers of your birth date together, and that will tell you your life path number. So Marcus is a 25-7, and that means that he is 25. You add those two numbers together, you get 7, right? So his primary vibration is that of a 7, which can make him very intellectual, very intelligent, but also it can make him, it can make him scatter a little bit. So you always have to be careful, Marcus, that you are you work with being grounded. Yeah, you don't take on too much, because number 7 is associated with Uranus, and Uranus is about higher mind. Again, the crown chakra, with like Eva has a very open crown chakra. Marcus, you probably have a very open crown chakra as well, which means you tend to receive a lot of information from above, the world of ideas. You're probably very at home with that, but you're also a Scorpio, which means that you're ruled by Mars and by Pluto. So what's Marcus's question? I should probably answer, huh?
I want to know what's my purpose in life, how do I access it, will my current love interest work itself out, and should I pursue my own business venture?
Okay. So I'm going to go into business venture, and then let's see what. No, I'm sorry. We're gonna let the cards decide what we talk about. What's important to share with Marcus today? DeMarcus. I'm sorry, DeMarcus. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, we have the 5 of Swords. So DeMarcus, what I feel. Okay, just a second, sorry. So DeMarcus, there is an issue that you have that is affecting both your love and the prospect of you in business, and there's a place where you are out of integrity. So you need to look at where you are out of integrity in your current relationship, and where you are, because where you're out of integrity with your relationship, what you discover is also going to be connected with how successful and how easy opening a business is for you. So I'm always going to encourage you to open a business, yeah? Because a business is your self-expression. It's like asking, should I paint a picture? Fuck yeah, you should paint a picture. If you feel like you should paint a picture, you know? And your business is your art. It's your expression. When you're painting a picture, you're going to be working out issues of dimension, of perspective. You're expressing yourself, so you're putting yourself into the world. You're watching something unfold. It's challenging your creativity. You're working with color. You're working with material. It's very sensual. You raise your vibration every time you paint a picture or draw or do any kind of art. Business, it's the same thing. You open a business, you have to strategize, you have to envision, you have to have discipline, you have to have creativity, you have to be resourceful. It's challenging you in all ways. So yes, Everybody should open a business. Should you open a business without a business plan? No. Ever? No. So that's a different thing. If you want to just like be haphazard about opening a business, then I say go for it, but that's not a business. Call that a debacle. Yeah. I want to go out and just play around. Go ahead, do that. That's fine. But if it's a debacle and you've ended up investing a lot of money, you're going to learn lessons. There's value in that. So what I'm getting from your spirit guides is that there's a place where you are out of integrity, and no relationship be vibrant, thriving, and healthy when you're out of integrity, and no business is going to be vibrant and thriving if you're out of integrity. And your life purpose can be to be out of integrity for a minute and then to bring yourself into integrity. And that in and of itself is a worthwhile life purpose. So for me, my life purpose was about being the fuck out of integrity, fucked up with my integrity, and learning through experiencing contrast and devastation, a negative life, that I learned, fuck, I'm out of integrity, and then learning how to be integrity, learning what it means to be in integrity, bringing myself into integrity, and experiencing a life of joy and thrive, but from a place of integrity, and ease from a place of integrity. Because when you're in integrity, things come easy. Okay, so that's your message, DeMarcus. I hope it's helpful. All right.
We have some feedback from JoJo.
Mm-hmm.
She says, thank you so much. Yes, the inner vision makes sense. Also, she was wondering about her past fur babies as guides.
Are they guides? Absolutely. Absolutely, JoJo. Your past fur babies are totally guides. And yeah, definitely. Yes.
Marcus also said we all have those moments, and true to
Yeah.
what you were saying.
Okay, excellent.
So our next question is from Patrick Kennedy.
Okay.
And he wants to know, should I stay where I'm living or move to the city?
Okay, should I stay where I'm living or move to the city? Patrick, if you are on, well, let's see. Let's just see what this says. Sorry for that noise. It probably does not sound really good what I'm doing with the cards and the microphone. The microphone is right there where the cards are, so I apologize for that. I'm like, I apologize for that, you guys. I'm like now saying that into the microphone all of a sudden as if I couldn't have just said that. Sorry. Okay, Patrick. Should I stay where I am? What's the question again?
Should I stay where I am, or should I stay where I'm living or move to the city?
Here we go. All right. Okay, look. Okay, here we go. This is your card. Justice. Okay, so what I'm getting, Patrick, okay. Patrick, okay, look, I don't usually say this kind of stuff. Look, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it because it's right there, and I've tested it 3 times, and it's like, yeah. But Patrick, you're supposed to follow your dick. So your sexual energy is pointing you in a certain direction, and you need to look at where it's pointing you and seriously, And you need to use it like a divining rod to point you in the direction that you really want to go. So the image that I'm getting, I'm not going to tell you about the image that I'm getting because it's way too embarrassing. Like, I'm surprised, but I'm going with the flow. But the image is telling me that there might be a feminine involved. Not necessarily a woman, but a feminine. So I'd like to talk, when we're talking about relationships and people, this is not about a man or a woman, right? I don't need to preoccupy myself with sexual orientation, but the energy of the place where you want to go is from masculine to feminine. And I do believe that this has something to do with an intimate relationship. And I do feel like it is very clear that the spiritual guidance that's coming in is sexual in nature. It feels like very powerful energy. It does not feel like harmful energy. It feels like benevolent energy. And it's literally the image is of a man who's standing and he's facing in a certain direction. Coming in, there's a little bit of a darkness in the background, but it's a safe darkness. It's the darkness of being in your comfortable, beautiful bedroom, perhaps with your lover, and awaking in the middle of the night and simply standing up and toward your future. So in a way, it is a there's the energy of sexuality there, but that energy represents creativity. It represents having connection with someone that's intimate and moving in that direction with them in tow. Okay, that's the reading. Now, I should say, because you said, should I move from where I'm living, right, Tessa? Is that what he said? Should I move from where I'm living into the city?
Should I stay where I'm living
Should I
or move to the city?
So it sounds like you're living outside the city. And okay, so let me give you a little bit more feedback. What I feel, you correct me if I'm wrong, what I feel is that I feel like you're in a place where things are good. But the message is that you should maybe go to the city, but not move into the city. You should stay where you are, but venture into the city for what you need and then come back to where you are. I hope that makes sense. Okay, that's your reading, Patrick.
DeMarcus said thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, DeMarcus.
And then our last question comes from Heather Rubel. She says,
hey, Heather, that's cool.
She says, hi, Crystal. It's my first time joining your live reading.
Mm-hmm.
My question, I was recently ghosted by someone I care about, and I'm wondering if I'll ever see him again, or if I should just grieve the death of our connection.
Okay, let's see. Okay, there's your card, Heather. Page of Swords. Okay, so this actually would be a really good card that says, yeah, you've been ghosted. So there are a couple of messages. The first is the reason why he ghosted you. There's an energetic reason for everything, right? There's the logical reason, you know, why he did this, what was going on earth for him, you know, in the three-dimensional world about you and this person. Then there is the energetic reason, which is very much about why you were ghosted. And this says that you were ghosted because you were carrying the vibration of being on the outside looking in, and so you call that into manifesting. So, Heather, that's the first part of the question. So now what we were going to do is just take another card. And what was the second part of the question?
She's wondering if she'll ever see him again, or if she should just grieve the death of the connection.
Okay. There's a good chance that you'll see him again. So these cards will go hand in hand. Okay, so I see why there's two and why they need. So Heather, you need to look at what is going on inside of you that is making you an outsider, either around him or around other people in your life. And when you bridge the connection with yourself where you're not an outsider anymore, then you will see him again, and you will see a lot of other people as well. You're going to have like your cup will runneth over with lots and lots and lots of connection. And what was the second part of will you read the question again?
I was recently ghosted by someone I care about, and I'm wondering if I'll ever see him again, or if I should just grieve the death of our connection.
Okay. Grieving is not appropriate here. The death of the connection doesn't feel like it's the death of the connection. That's my interpretation of what I'm feeling. I don't feel like it's over. So no need to grieve, but rather self-reflection. Yeah, self-reflection for sure. Yeah, very good. You can give me any feedback. Is there any other feedback that I need to?
Unfortunately, we did not get feedback from Miriam.
Oh, right. Okay, so then let's just take a card for Miriam.
Okay. Do you want me to read the question again?
No, it's okay. I'm just going to take a card for her. And yeah, because Miriam might have had to go off. I know this was a long reading, and you guys, I do this so that I can connect with you and channel. These messages, obviously, a lot of it's universal, and so it serves us. When I'm talking about using your mind as a weapon, that serves everybody, It's for us all. So this is an opportunity for me to work with everyone on a global scale, as well as getting specific with you. So when you post a question in this chat box, you're serving not just yourself, but you're serving everyone who's within earshot. So thank you for that. And yeah. Okay, Miriam. Here's the message for Miriam. A pentacle. Miriam, you brought in our first pentacle of the night. We had a pentacle?
Didn't we?
I thought we only had swords and we had a wand or two.
We had a cup too.
We finally got the cup. Okay, that's right. We just got. Oh, we did have some cups. Okay, you're right. Sorry, guys. No, you're right though, because we had the 8 of Cups with Frida. We had the Queen of Cups with the one I just got. With Heather, had the Queen of Cups, right? So okay, so we got them. So this is our first pinnacle, though. I'm pretty sure for the night. Oh shit, you're right. We did. We had a 3 of Coins. We had 3 of Pentacles. Never mind, Miriam. I take it all back. All right. So Miriam, King of Coins represents having really, really good mastery of life and resources. I like this particular card because it has a Taurus in the background. It has a bull in the background. And bulls are about Taurus and about the energy of having good material well-being. This is sensuality, and it's, it's good. It's being good in your body, in the world. So your message, Medium, is that you're good in the world. You have access to being good in the world means that you're also good in the spirit world. So this card also can represent a good spiritual and material balance, that you're managing your material world in a healthy, positive way. There you go. So,
Patrick just wanted to check and see if the image that you were thinking of that you thought was embarrassing or something, was it important?
Well, it's important in that, in the context of what I've said. There's not any, if your spirit guides want you to know exactly what that image is, you'll know. They'll tell you, no problem. It was more important for me because when I'm communicating with spirit guides, they usually give me images that I need to focus on and words that I need to use. And the important thing of the image was what I told you, that it was an intimate space in your home, or maybe your bedroom, in your bedroom. Yeah, right? That's what I said. So that was the important thing. Cool.
You just said thank you, blessings, and big love.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so that's it for us. Thanks so much for joining me. And the replay will be here on my website. You're more than welcome to come back to this page and watch as often as you want. Over the next 2 weeks, it should be up for a good 2 weeks. And haven't signed up to get my blog delivered to your inbox, I think you should. I write reports for the moon, for the sun, and for Venus every month, and I'll deliver those to you. Just sign up for the astrology box. I think there's probably a link in this page somewhere. Is there a link in there, Tessa? I think there is, that says sign up, maybe at the bottom under the chat box. You can just drop your information in there if you haven't already. Other than that, we're signing off. We'll be back here in a month. I think it's August 9th. We do this August 6th. Okay, so we do this around the date of the full moon, where I'm more open and receptive and you are more open and receptive, and yeah, good. So thanks for joining. Thanks to Tessa for making this so much easier. If you've joined this, if you've watched me do this before, and a few of you have, I'm always struggling to try to do all this and maintain my technology and do the readings, and it's really hard. It was such a blessing to have you, Tessa.
It's fun to be here.
She sent everybody a... Very good. My lovely millennial assistant. All right, so we're signing off, sending everybody lots and lots of love, and yeah, be good. Be good. Be good in a naughty sort of way. Enjoy the energy of the full moon. All right, signing off. Bye for now, guys. Bye. Ori Bori.